maybe this is what this favorite does, and he has been said to be favorite. So it means that this favorite made himself to be favorite. It's not like he's favorite.
It's the whole approach.
It is self-made favorite.
Yeah.
But the person is still enjoying the fruits of being. Jane is quite ready
She's
to
open.
She wants to.
My underwear got.
Yes, mom, it is even this, and they even this.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you for tapping into this conversation on adolescent health. Today we're giving you tips on how to become the favorite. After our talk on rejection, we realized that we spoke on one side and we did not give you tips on the other side. And of course, as usual, our voice of experts today is Dr. Sabina Mcheme. And I think the first question I will be asking you, Dr. Sabina, is what does it mean to be favored? And not just the conceptual understanding. What as an example of a favored person?
All right. I want to discuss what you have asked in the concept of a home to start with. Because in a home, siblings always feel like there is one person who is favored among them.
Yes.
And you'd realize they will be talking about issues like, okay, you want this and that from dad, then you have to ask Jane to go and request it for us. You see, so in short, then I would say that a favored person is that whose requests are often or most of them are granted. So most of his or her requests are granted every time they ask.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, that's nice. That is wonderful. I guess all of us have had that point where we're feeling someone is more favored than we are.
Yes.
Someone is at a higher position to be given something as compared to us.
Yes.
And that is the definition of being favored in a family. Today I want us to discuss it in a different tone. I want us to look at it at what makes one person favored over the other person. Like, what are those things about that person that makes them more favored as compared to other people? Is it their approach to life, their attitude? What is it? And I want Dr. Sabina to tell us. And also, Dr. Sabina, I also want you to tell us, what can we do so that we can attain that kind of favor? Because I want to be my mother's favorite. I don't want to be ganging up my sisters and being like, so you'll ask dad and you'll ask mom and I'll wait for the results. I want to be the one going, because that is according to our definition for the day. So tell us, what are the attributes of a favored person and what can we do to attain that?
All right. I think I'll start with, before looking at the attributes of this person, I want to look at some of the things that will help somebody to have their requests granted. Okay, and I'll just talk about very simple and basic ones, because as we talk about self-efficacy, it is self-treatment. These are the simple things that you can do for yourself, even as you think about the other side of the coin, what the parents, the other people can do. So what can a young person actually do so that they can increase the likelihood of their request being granted? And one of them is learn the person whom you are requesting from. We are actually different. This that thing that makes you feel good, and it doesn't make another person feel good.
That's very true.
And I'll give you a very brief example here. I had a boss once in my lifetime, and this boss, we knew that if you told him that he is likely to help you, he would help you. And let me put it the way in verbatim, how we used to approach him.
All right.
We used to go to our boss and tell him, I have this problem. At that time, you have not explained what problem you have. I have, excuse me, so and so, I have a problem. You have not said what it is. I have a problem, and I have thought and realized you are the only one who is likely to help me. And number two, that you are able. So you have like put this boss in a box, in a corner, because one, you have told him you believe he can help you. So he's not likely to not to help you, because he'll be failing himself. You have already placed him up there, and he's feeling, he believes I can help him, and he believes I have the ability to help him. So that will make this boss more likely than not want to help the person. And we realized that if anybody went with a different approach, they would not get their request granted.
Yeah.
But every time anybody went using those words, more often than not, they would always have their request granted. So we learned the art. I'm not saying you use those words. Get to learn the person whom you are requesting from, including your parents. There is a way you talk to them, and everybody is unique, and as a human being, there's something they like. Maybe your dad likes people having courtesy. Maybe another one wants another different approach. Maybe they want you to be grateful. Dad, I'm grateful you paid for me school fees, and I'm grateful you even paid for me the school trip. But Dad, now my shoe is torn. You know, you have started by thanking your dad. Some people prefer like that. Others, they prefer you to elaborate on your issues, not just passing. So request in the manner that the person, or you know the person, and request in the manner that is likely to touch this person. Another thing is get to request, because sometimes we complain we have not been given or done such and such. We have desires that we have not made them known. So you want a shoe, and your sister went and requested a shoe from your dad, and he bought for her, and you are sitting back waiting. Dad should know I also need a shoe. No, in a family, especially a family setting, we are not issues of, it's not just about equating. We actually talk of equity. Equity is giving somebody who needs it, not giving everybody equally. So many families, they have equity. So it's not because your mother bought a dress for your sister that you're likely to get it. Do you need it? Maybe you already have many. So, but you'll be sitting down and saying, oh, my sister was bought this and that, and I wasn't bought. So make your request known, because when they are dealing with equity, they may not have realized you need it. They thought your sister needed it more. And it's not about treating you equally in terms of providence. It is a matter of providing for that who needs it. So some things they may not know. For example, if you are a young girl there, and maybe a teenager, so you are not earning, and your mother has to buy for you innerwears, the bras, the panties, and the like. When does she remember the last one when she bought
for you?
That it is now torn? I mean, they don't tear at the same rate. So you've got to tell her, surely my mom, I need innerwears. She does not get to know that they are torn, and maybe you don't hang them where she can see them. So you see, and then you are blaming her that you know she only buys for Jane. But remember, Jane is quite ready to
open.
She wants to.
My underwear got.
Yes, mom, it is even this, and they even describe how torn it is. So they are able to make their request known. Okay, and that thing is. So I said the first thing, learn the person, how they need
How
to
to
be,
approach
how
them.
to approach, and
Yes.
what tickles them, and what does not work for them. Number two, make your request known.
Yes.
Number three, always go back and say something after the providence. Even if it's your mother and your father, always, every time you're talking about something, always bring this up about what they did for you. Not necessarily saying thank you, but like this. Me, I was so happy when I attended that school trip. When our university, we were going to this other place, and you paid for me. The last semester, I stayed in such a good hostel. I was so grateful. I felt so happy. You know, you really did good. You know,
Yes.
and all that and all that. So they will. It's like you are reminding them that you're giving them the list of the good they have done. Would they want to mix it with the bad? After giving them that good, they are ready now to add and add, because you keep. But if always you come and just talk about I need, and you never remember to come back and report on how you used, how the dress you bought for me fitted me so well, I was so happy, you know, that kind of thing. So always have something to take you back like that. By going back to say about this, it opens the lines of communication, because you will now have developed rapport as you are reporting about how nice your shoe fitted you, the one he bought for you, how nice the dress looked, and it was better than all your whatever, and she feels good that she bought. So now as you are bringing in the new request, you have already created a rapport using the past, using what your mother or your father has already done for you. And the other one is be consistent and insistent. There are some people, okay, currently in my country, People are so busy. Parents are so busy. You may think you have said something, I mean, they have understood what you have said, and they have not understood. So you come and your mother has just ratted, her mind is just thinking about all the deadlines she has not beaten, and here you are, or she has not met, and here you are just saying passively, oh, my school shoe got torn, oh, I need to go to Nairobi tomorrow, I need fare.
Yeah.
And you pass it like that, and imagine she has had and she will, you know.
Yeah.
And yet your sister here, she waits for your mother to sit down, or even if she doesn't wait, she will tell her when she enters, and remind her during dinner, remind her in the morning before she goes to the bathroom, reminds her. So surely, even the Bible talks about this woman who was so insistent that the king, although he was not really holy or God-fearing, he got tired of being pushed and pushed. Parents sometimes have to be pushed. And maybe that is what your sister does, and you don't do it, and you think that they are favoring your sister. But sometimes they are so tired of this pushing. Your sister wakes up every morning, no, my shoe, and an hour later, the parent can see. In the evening, they even bring it. They, you know, so at that time, so be consistent and insistent. Do not shy away about from repeating your request.
Yes.
Because if you shy away, it will not be met and the right. Okay, and so those are some of the things you can do, and you can see maybe this is what this favorite does, and he has been said to be favorite. So it means that this favorite made himself to be favorite. It's not like he is favored.
It's the whole approach.
It is self-made favorite.
Yeah.
But the person is still enjoying the fruits of being favorite. And that is how I would look at it. So I believe every young person out there can do something to help himself. Go study those people you think they are favoring another person. Study also the person who is favored and see how different is he in his ways of requesting from you. You might also learn from them. So if in your family there is a favorite, try to study that person quietly and silently. See whether there is something they do that you don't do. There is some area they are good at and you are not. And also take time to study the person whom you ask or you are request to. Even if it's your parents, your teachers, your lecturers, your friends, and everybody. Learn to study them keenly, and you will understand what is that works with them and what does not work with them. That's what I would say.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Sabina, as usual. I don't know, I should start by thanking you and then asking for a favor. That's yeah. But we have learned that if you want to get your request given to you, if you want them to see through what you have asked of them, learn them, okay? Change your approach, that is the first thing. Make your request known is the third thing. And the last thing was?
Be consistent.
Persist that thing. Push it until it is delivered to you. Whatever it is, whomever you're dealing with, change your approach and be persistent. Make your requests known. Thank you so much, Dr. Sabina. As usual, now I have learned something. I will know how to approach you. Yes, so you're looking very nice today. Could you please, make my pocket heavy? All right, have a lovely day and subscribe to our channel, and always leave a comment. We want to know what you think. We want to know what you think of our content. Tell us how we can make it better for you, because we're here to teach you how to